Hi, I'd like to introduce you today to the WonderMill's newest attachment addition. It's called the Small Grain and Bean Adapter. It comes neatly packaged in this little package. It's easy to store, it's compact, and it comes in two pieces. The first part is called our Small Grain Adapter. Second is a bean adapter. Now we like to sometimes refer to it specifically as their garbanzo bean adapter, and I'll show you how that works. First, let me talk to you about the Small Grain Adapter. Small Grain Adapter is a solid little attachment, very easy to use, simple. And the reason we have created a small grain adapter is because most mills, or a good portion of the mills on the market, especially micronizing type mills, have a hard time. They struggle with the small grains. In fact, many of the mills on the market will tell you specifically, do not grind small grains. When we say small grains, we're talking about small grains like teff, or quinoa, or millet, or even table salt. And a lot of times in the market today, there's a lot of people working towards non-gluten foods. One of those that's very popular is grinding tapioca. And it is a very, very small little, it's not even really a grain. Another one is acini de pepe. It's a little teeny type of, it's not really a grain, it's actually more of a pasta. But people use those to make non-gluten products, and they have a hard time with most mills. Now, here at the WonderMill, we designed this small grain adapter to totally take care of that problem. When you look closely at the small grain adapter, it has two sides, two openings obviously, and it has these different notches. And on one end, if you look closely, the notches are a little bit deeper than the other end. Well, if you also look closely, above each notch, you'll see the little tag that says amaranth and teff. So you know you can grind the very, very small grains on this side. And on the upper side, it says rock salt and larger grains. So you simply choose the side. I'm going to use the teff side to show you exactly how this works, because if you can grind teff, you can almost grind any small grain. In fact, this is teff, and I'm actually dropping these little seeds. They're so small, about the size of a pinhead, you can't even see them. They're just teeny little, teeny seeds. Very hard for most grains, most mills to grind. And the reason it's hard, just so you understand it, is when you put these small grains into a mill, they're so small. Most mills today use airflow as their function of grinding. And they're so small they go into every little orifice of the mill grinding chamber and clog it up. So all this simply does is restrict an overwhelming of the mill. So when you put your grain adapter in place here, then you turn on your mill and you simply dump the grain around the sides, and it'll grind it. Let me just show you how that works. It's actually, like I said, very simple. I'm going to set it on the teff setting. You put your adapter here, and it's going to float around. It doesn't hurt anything. And we'll show you a close-up picture of that in just a minute. Then I'm going to go ahead and grind some real quick and show you how quickly and easy it is to use. So you turn on your mill and simply dump the grain down the sides. And you'll hear the mill. You can see down in there that the grain is going in. When it's done, you're going to end up with some beautiful teff flour, and I'll show you. That's really awesome. That is a super fine flour. It's teff, and like I said, you're not going to be able to do that on most of your mills today. Let me show you now how to. I'm going to demonstrate now to you how our bean adapter. Now, I don't want you to get confused, because this mill will grind beans, most all your beans, without any problems. We grind all kinds of beans, everything from large flat beans to your average pinto beans and things like that. That's not a problem. Where we run into a problem, and it's been a specific problem in the milling industry, is garbanzo beans. People come to us and say, hey, can your mill grind garbanzos? And up until we came up with this little adapter. We call this our bean adapter. It had a problem feeding. Now, I'm going to show you a real close-up here of a garbanzo bean. And if you've ever looked at one closely, and we'll zoom the camera in on this in just a minute on a plate, you'll notice that it is not a round, smooth bean like most beans. You'll notice all the little grooves and all the little strange sides. What happens when you pour garbanzo beans into your mill, they're going down a chute and they tend to grab each other because they're not smooth side. So what we're going to do is we're going to put this little bean attachment in, and you can use this for other beans too if you want to slow down the grinding process a little bit, but it's very simple again. You put this in, it has the notch in it, you set that in place, and then we're going to go ahead and dump these in, and we'll do a close-up and you'll be able to see the beans feeding through here. Let me flip this on and show you. Sometimes it helps to just turn it slightly, just move it around a little bit. You can hear the beans going through one by one. Let your mill come to a complete stop. And you're going to, again, let me show you this. Beautiful garbanzo flour. You can make all kinds of amazing things with garbanzo flour. And you should, two things you want to go take a look at. One, we have two websites. One is called willitgrind.com, and that's WILLITGRIND.com. And all that simply is a website showing everything we've ever tested in our electric mill and in our hand mill. And it'll tell you the things that you can try. Garbanzos is one of them that we can do. Another website you might want to take a look at is called grainmillwagon.com. And in that website, you're going to find fabulous recipes using garbanzo flour and all kinds of different things that we have ground in the WonderMill. Again, I want to encourage you to pick up a small bean adapter and a grain adapter. It comes as a combination set together, works fantastic, and it'll help you to grind and use your mill, and it makes your mill a lot more versatile. We hope you continue grinding and find great satisfaction with our products. Thank you very much.